Here's why people fail on their self-improvement journey. If you're anything like me, you probably started understanding that, hey, to achieve the life that you want, you're gonna need to start making some changes. You're gonna have to start getting better. In today's video, I wanna talk about 3 reasons that I commonly see as to why people quit on their journey and don't ever end up achieving the goals that they want to. So the very first thing is, when you start out on your self-improvement journey, whatever that may be, right? I use that as a pretty broad categorization. Could be anything from making more money, getting into better shape, improving your life, any area, it doesn't matter what it is. But the thing that I think stops most people and holds them back is they care what other people think, and they take critical, opinions, critical comments from other people, whether that's their social circle, their friends and family. People are going to be critical of you anytime you want to go out and do something that's a little bit different and improve yourself. So a few examples for me personally. When I decided, hey, I was going to move to Arizona from New York, right? This took me many years in the making to actually accomplish. But when, it got real and I was actually doing it, a lot of people, I could tell that they were happy, but I could also tell that, they didn't really like that I was going out and kind of taking my life to the next level and going after what I really wanted. And I'm sure a lot of those people, they had their comments, right, either behind my back, whatever they said. Doesn't matter right now, because, I made it out here, and not just did I make it here and maintain, I'm thriving well beyond any expectation that I had in this short amount of time, especially, considering where I was 4 or 5 years ago when I first moved here. So when you do go to start to do something different, whether it's going to get into shape, start your business, your friends, your family, they may not understand. And I really think that it's incredibly important. Oh, we got another coyote over there. Yeah, so I think it's incredibly important for you to ignore what they have to say. It doesn't really matter what they say, because when you're on that journey to level up, there's always going to be people at different stages who don't like what you're doing, and they're going to be critical of you. Use that as fuel, use that as motivation to smash your goals, right? So you can look back and then laugh and be like, wow, can you believe those people doubted me? And that's just personally what I've done, right? And I'm going to continue to do that. Whether, any criticism I get, I don't care, because I'm going to keep going at this point. I'm too far in to stop. And I suggest that you do the same. So the second point is, people revert back to their comfort in life, their creature comforts. Because when you start to do things that are outside the box, outside your normal capabilities, they're relatively uncomfortable, right? There's going to be some resistance that you face in the day-to-day life. Things like, when you're sticking to a diet, going to the gym, sticking to a good sleep schedule, trying to learn new skills, improving your life in any way, shape, or form, you're always going to be met with resistance, right? Because it is kind of, you have to really build that habit and discipline of consistently doing that stuff before it starts to kind of come naturally. So I think this is where most people get stuck as well, is when they start to feel that resistance, they fold, right? They go back to their old ways. They go back to, sitting on the couch, not working out, eating junk food, drinking alcohol, smoking weed, all the bad things that are going to keep you stuck in life. And it's just because it's not comfortable. The current, their growth is not feeling comfortable. But here's the thing, guys, when you actually experience that growth and you feel that uncomfortability when it comes to whatever you're working on, that's actually a good thing, because that means you're actually moving forward, you're actually progressing. And that's definitely not the time to quit. So if you're experiencing that right now, I really urge you to keep pushing, keep going, because that's how you're going to experience that breakthrough. So the last thing is that where I see people fail on the self-improvement journey is simply the fact that they do not stick with it long enough. Guys, here's the thing about it. Like, it's not always going to just be this perfect upward trend. It's going to be sloppy. There's going to be a lot of setbacks. It's not just going to be this perfect upward thing like, people probably perceive it to be on the internet. There's going to be times where you fall off. There's going to be periods of your life where you make reverse progress. It happens to everybody. It's not, nobody's perfect. Nobody's able to just maintain this insane standard all the time, right? You want to get as close to possible as doing that, for sure. Don't get me wrong there. It's not an excuse to, bitch out on stuff, but it's going to happen, right? There's cycles to this stuff. You will at some point experience some setbacks and lose some progress. But that's okay, because you're gonna have to get back on the wagon and keep going anyway. And I think what happens is when people start to kind of get out of that routine, you know, like for me, a perfect example would be like, I'm doing great and I go on a vacation, right? I'm doing like a lot of stuff, low level stuff, you know, drinking a lot, eating a lot, you know, really just kind of letting loose on the vacation, right? In the past, I would always then get back, and I would be very hard to get back on my routine. Where now I'm really making it a point that if I do go on vacation or something, then I'm gonna get right back on, no excuses at all. Because when you lose that momentum, that's really your momentum is your key to continuously progressing. And the more momentum you build, the quicker and faster you're gonna progress. So that would be my last thing, is just don't quit. Guys, don't quit. This is a lifelong journey. You have to be committed to it forever. It's not just something you do for a year or two and you get the results, because even if you do it for a year or two, you got to maintain those results. And the only way to maintain those results is by continuously getting better yourself. I know for me, you know, when I moved to Arizona, that was my first really big accomplishment that I was super proud of. You know, I made it happen, but it took me like 4 or 5 years from the time I made the decision to actually do it to it becoming reality. So think about how many opportunities I had to quit in between that time span and give up and just not do it. But I didn't, because I knew it was important to me and I was gonna do whatever it took to make that happen. Same thing that goes for starting my business, right? I learned, you know, it took me, I don't remember the exact amount of time, but it was multiple years before I made any money, any profit whatsoever. I had to actually lose tons and tons of money. Well, I mean, relatively speaking, at the time at least. And you know, there was a lot of setbacks, but I kept with it because I knew if I stuck with this, that I'm gonna eventually get the result, because I'm gonna get better along the way. Same goes for like fitness, right? It took me probably like 4 years of working out before I really understood like what a good program was, what a good diet was, before I got like my first time actually getting lean, getting a 6-pack and looking really good, right? That took probably like 3-4 years of hitting the gym before I understood how to achieve that. Where a lot of people, they'll go for a year, 6 months, they don't have that yet. Well, they're like, you know, I'm just gonna quit, it's not working for me. So keep going, don't stop. Those are my 3 tips, or 3, I guess, things where I notice people fall off on their journey, what prevents them from actually hitting those goals in whatever area of life that is. Guys, that's what I wanted to share with you this morning. I just completed phase 1, 75 hard yesterday, but we're still doing everything that is on the program, including daily uploads. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, leave me a comment, let me know, has any of these 3 things happened to you? If they did, how'd you overcome them? Or if you're currently in one of the different areas stuck, let me know and I'll see if I can help you out. Guys, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.